Hi, welcome to Mr. P Ceramics class. Today I'm going to show you a demo on spraying glazes. From the first demo on pouring and dipping, we talked about stirring up the glaze, making that the right consistency. So we're jumping into that. We've already done that. Stirred the glaze. I'm using seaweed again. I have it in my brown container. For the spray gun, you use this metal container, okay? And I'm going to fill the glaze that I'm using by pouring it into that little nozzle there. And I fill it up about 3/4 of the way and set that off to the side. And on the spray gun, a couple pieces of equipment. There's the air compressor itself, which forces air through this, okay? And that turns on when it's going to be noisy, so I just turn it on and turn it off. And that's starting to pump air into this tank, because once I open up this valve, that's going to allow the air to escape into this. There's a second switch, and that's this back switch here, and by turning that on, that allows all the glaze to get pulled and sucked up out of this, because you don't want to, out of this vent, because you don't want to be breathing this, okay? It's not good for you. My piece that I'm going to glaze, I'm going to glaze this box, and that's on a banding wheel so it can move around freely, okay? And I'm going to attach the spray gun, and it inserts into that hose, okay? So it kind of locks in there, okay? And now it's held into place. And I'm going to hold the gun kind of like in my hand like this. If I'm right-handed, you know, use your dominant hand, left hand, use this. And as air pressure builds up, I'm going to open this red valve, and that's going to allow air to circulate through, and it's going to press this air out, and it's going to make the glaze from a liquid to an aerosol. And when I do that, I'm going to turn the air compressor on. I'm going to turn the vent on. And when I spray the glaze, I'm going to spray, I go 3 coats around, and that gives a nice coverage. Spraying glazes, the advantage with spraying is whether it's a small piece or a larger piece, I can really start doing some feathering with the colors, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the compressor, let some air pressure build up. So now air has built up into the pressure tank here. I'm going to turn the valve on. Turn off the compressor. I'm going to pull this out. Okay, this can just get hooked up in there. And now I'm going to pour this glaze back, the unused portion, back into the seaweed. I don't want to contaminate, so I'm going to rinse this out. And I'm going to rinse out my container as well. And I'm going to go back again to my Temacoat. So I'm going to put the Temacoat now into the container, pouring that in. And I'm going to now spray that over the piece that I just did. So again, this is just a visual aesthetic choice that I need to make. I'm going to just kind of airbrush the cutouts that I've done here. Okay, so turn on the tank, attach this, fan goes on, I turn up the volume. And again, visually, I just want to point something out, that this is then how the piece looks. There's this kind of feathering quality to it where the glaze thins out and spreads out over. And that's completely different than, and I'll just do this on this one side, if I were to just dip this piece like this and now coming back out, again, you'll see that I get now just this very strong line there, okay? Again, aesthetically, if that's something I want, I can do that. But if I really want something more that's feathered out, that's then what the spray gun is good for. And like I said, for larger pieces that I can't even fit in the bucket, then the spray gun works great for that as well. Thanks so much.